The state of modern-day youth can be summed up in 3 words: overmedicated, overstimulated, and overweight. You got that? Overmedicated, overstimulated, and overweight. And believe me when I tell you that this is an unprecedented catastrophe. It's never happened before in human history. Look around you in countries like the United States and United Kingdom. Something has gone very badly wrong with young people. I'm talking about children, teenagers, people in their 20s. 20-somethings who should be in the prime of their lives. And look at what has happened. The statistics are staggering. Let's think about the first O, overmedicated. Statistics in the United States suggest that up to 40% of young people, adolescents, now take a prescription medication. Are you bloody kidding me? 40% of teenagers taking a prescription medication. Now, you will see different statistics ranging from 20%, 30%, 40%, but this has unbelievably exploded over the last few decades. Of course, under the watch of the medical profession and medical establishment. Now, you tell me, in what world is it normal where so many young people have to take a prescription medication? It's one thing if we're talking about people who are older, but what the heck is going on with young people being so medicated by the medical profession, whether we're talking about psychiatric medications? Don't get me started on ADHD and Adderall, antidepressants, and now the medical profession is really pushing for weight loss injections, regular weight loss injections. This is unprecedented. It would have been unthinkable a few decades ago, but it is getting worse all the time. And again, not enough people, whether we're talking about people in government, people in planning, economic policy, health policy, are thinking about what's about to happen when all of these youngsters get even more sick over the next 10 to 20 years. Number 2, overstimulated. Well, needless to say that so much of the deterioration in health that we have seen has correlated with the rise in social media. This is very obvious to everybody. Any parent, any grandparent out there has seen this happen in real time. And this is very new over the last 15 years, but it was accelerated dramatically during the pandemic. Overstimulation, constant dopamine, the desire to grab the phone, get your next dopamine hit, scroll, useless, mind-numbing, social media. And of course, screen time means that people are sedentary as well. This degree of overstimulation has again never happened before. Okay, third O, overweight. Look around you, folks. Even if you're only a teeny weeny bit observant, what is going on with young people? Go to shopping malls, go to supermarkets, go to airports, hang out in any public space. Now, there was a time only 20 to 30 years ago where youngsters in the absolute prime of their lives considered it a priority to be in shape. It was what people wanted. And of course, behaviors would be modified so that youngsters would get in shape. Now, of course, I'm not talking about anything extreme where youngsters are starving themselves to be skinny. Of course, that is an extreme situation. I'm talking about why nowadays it seems to be the in thing to be out of shape. It is really strange. Anybody above a certain age who grew up in a very different time where you might have maybe 1 or 2 overweight people in your class will tell you that this is bizarre. And I do not buy the narrative, which is all across social media, that food corporations are to blame. Let's blame something else for this situation. Come on, folks. This is why we're in this situation, because our culture is always about blaming anything apart from the main thing. Young people need to get their act together. People in their 20s shouldn't be significantly overweight. They are in the absolute prime of their lives. Now, statistically, we're approaching a 50% rate of adolescents and people in their 20s being overweight, and an increasingly large number of those, no pun intended, are obese. Do you have any idea what it takes for a young person with optimal metabolism to become obese, how many years of neglect it takes. Blame the parents as well. And now latest statistics suggest that we're approaching up to a 50% rate of pre-diabetes in adolescents and 20-somethings. And I actually think it would be way higher than this if we used the correct method for diagnosing insulin resistance with a fasting insulin level. It is absolutely horrible what is going on. And I'm at a loss really why more doctors are not basically waking up in a cold sweat. I mean, we're talking about tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people having their health devastated. I mean, think what this would mean for the future of the country when all of these youngsters in their 30s are going to get type 2 diabetes, other inflammatory diseases, heart disease, fatty liver disease, gut diseases. These are all associated with excess fat and insulin resistance. And once more, I'm not pretending that I have all the answers, but I can tell you this, that what we're doing right now in focusing on changing ingredients in foods and doing these other little things won't work. We are well past the point of baby steps. We need a dramatic cultural change. And I believe that an entity as powerful as the US government, I mean, look at what the US government is capable of doing and the resources behind it. They can at least start the first movements of a cultural change if they go about it in the right way. Now, when it comes to young people being overmedicated, overstimulated, overweight, there are, of course, a whole load of other things going into this mix as well, like poor mental health, a complete spiritual crisis. I mean, youngsters are completely lost. And of course, research shows that one of the first things that happens when anybody loses hope, they become spiritually lost, they have poor mental health, is they give up on their body. They start to treat their body more like junk. It is a really sad situation. A seismic, absolutely cataclysmic shift is needed if we're going to reverse this situation. But I will not stop talking about this because as far as I'm concerned, every single doctor out there that cares about humans, cares about human beings, should be focused on this issue, especially in young people. And no, the answer is not to medicate more youngsters. It is a dramatic cultural change that those of us who see what's going on need to lead. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you doing so. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you have any ideas on how we can really get out of this situation beyond thinking that food corporations will lead us by focusing on food corporations, changing up a couple of ingredients here and there? What utter nonsense. I'm not saying those small baby steps are not good. I'm saying that there's a huge elephant in the room here that we need to be focusing on. Okay, everybody, check in the links down below for my website, all the other work I do, my health program, and also our natural health and well-being store, ohighwellness.com. If you're in the USA, North America, ohighwellness.co. If you're in the UK, Europe, if you're not already signed up for my free newsletter, why not? That link down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, you will also enjoy some of my other videos on how to naturally optimize metabolic health. Hit the like button if you like this video, the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future, and we will speak again very soon.